Joe is still the CEO of MineMax, and additionally has responsibilities of Datamine, an entire planning suite of technology, as the Vice President planning and mine planning. So please welcome Joe. Joe.
I'm going to give you a brief update on the planning portfolio within Datamine, which includes quite a few pieces of software. Not just MineMax, which is my origin, as Bruno mentioned, but also across the Datamine portfolio. And just to echo Jono's comments, welcome to the community. So we've been doing this multiple years, and whether this is your first year or you're a repeat visitor, thank you for coming. This event is all about strategic mine planning. It's very specific and focused in that space, and it's on purpose because the amount of things that we do and the challenges that we overcome are actually quite unique, and it's great to have a community of people that enjoy sharing ideas around that. In the past, we've had a number of very good presentations, and I expect we'll have the same this year, including case studies, different approaches, new software, really clever people doing amazing things with software to solve the problems that face us today. Reflecting back on the past 3 years since COVID, put a few of the titles of some of the presentations. Some of the people that have delivered those are in the room today, and it's great to have you back. But there's some really interesting things that are going on in this space, and it's fantastic that this is a platform for sharing those ideas. So as all of you would be aware, 2024 is another really important year for strategic planning, and we've certainly had our share of outside influences, business challenges that are presented to us that we've had to overcome. Since our work is really the first step in our businesses reacting to those challenges, it's important that we stay on the front foot in terms of what's available technologically and in practice in order to give our businesses the right decision-making capability. So we at the Datamine Group, to echo Jono's comments, we help customers with these kinds of challenges every day, and we do it in every region around the globe. Software is our core business. It's not a side hobby. It's absolutely what we focus on, and helping customers utilize that software and get the most out of their investment is what we've been doing. In particular, we've been leading that in strategic planning for the last 25 years. Each of our solutions across the Datamine portfolio are designed for different mining contexts. I think most of the people in the room today are open pit metals customers. And in this space, we have tools that enable engineering work across strategy, design, scheduling, survey, blasting, production, and fleet management. We have a corresponding range of tools for our underground metals customers as well. And of course, we have a corresponding set of tools for our stratigraphic customers in our Mindscape platform. So that's a lot of different tools, and they're doing a lot of different functions. And so if we step out and look at our vision as a domain, it's to create a planning system, an adaptable planning system that matches each of those contexts. That includes a comprehensive range of best-in-class point tools, where each tool is designed to tackle a specific problem or a process and deliver value for that particular specific problem or process. And all work will be managed across the platform, shareable and transferable. It's supposed to be a color-coded country chart of all of our customers, but you don't see any colors, and that's no big deal. But presently, we're helping customers, as I mentioned, in every other major mining jurisdiction. Australia is a very important region for us, and if this had color on it, you would see that it's one of the darkest concentrated areas. But in all, overall, there's 6,000 planning licenses currently in use. So this is planning specific, not geology. And it could be in any one of those point solutions that I had on the previous slide. In over 60 countries, and that represents about 500 or so customers. So we talk to a lot of people about their problems every day. Our consultants are working with customers on the ground or from corporate offices, and we hear a range of challenges all the time. And so in order to really speak generally about what those challenges are and what's facing the industry and strategic mine planning, I've tried to group them into 3 areas. And I would say that the 3 areas that I would group into would be in productivity, in quality, and interoperability. And there's essentially 3 tools that the Datamine group uses to solve those challenges. The first is partnerships. And what I mean by partnerships is we're engaging with an external entity that may have a specific answer or a solution to a niche process or technology that our customers need in order to have a full value chain of their mine planning cycle. R&D initiatives, this is our building it ourselves solution. We have a great team of R&D people across the world. Our MineMax team is here in Perth, Australia, but we have a number of other strategic planning products that have different teams. And they're building great things every day, in addition to just delivering on maintenance upgrades, and they're building new features, and they're delivering on the vision that I mentioned. And lastly is M&A. As part of Constellation, we have access to significant capital to invest in software companies or partners that solve or fulfill those gaps where we have in our value chain. So looking at those 3 areas in more detail, and the first really to accomplish more with less, and I think that probably goes for everybody. Everybody is under pressure. They've got reduced staff or reduced time, and they've got to do more with what their currently assets will provide. And so these are really things that are focused on productivity concerns. That can come in various forms, right? Interacting with the software, how do we make that more efficient? Speeding up the processing for these large computationally intensive problems. Maybe that's offsetting or offshoring the processing of that in the distributed processing environment. In the vein of delivering more value on the planning process, planners are focused on improving quality of schedules, and quality of schedule is different depending on who you're talking about, right? Not everybody agrees on what a quality schedule is. There's certain tenets of a schedule or a mine plan that people all agree on generally, but if you think about it, these are very custom. And so they could be either from building more practical schedules at the expense of NPV, or delivering a schedule that that leverages a new aspect of the business that wasn't a part of that business before. Running robust sensitivity analyses, risk analyses, these types of things. So in the terms of quality and in the vein of quality, we're adding a lot of features and functions in our roadmap that answer to those items. And in the area of interoperability, as I mentioned, we're building a system of planning tools. Interoperability is a main focus for a lot of our point solutions. And our customers express a growing need to improve the workflow from point to point. And that includes not just the workflow, but also the data management, the sharing of information, the interpretation and sharing of results. So I'm staying very general with this. And the purpose of that is we're going to have in-depth product presentations later today from NPVS, from MineMax Scheduler, and from Studio OP and Design. And our product managers will speak more specifically to what we're doing in each of those products. Excellent. Well, thank you. Happy to take questions.